What's going on, everyone? So today was the Lakers' first day of training camp, and I'm really excited. First Lakers basketball is literally right around the corner, a couple days away from that. Not the start of the season, but preseason and things like that. So obviously this first game is just kind of the introductory, right? You see guys just kind of doing drills and just like, shoot around, stuff like that, light scrimmages. But you had several guys in like LeBron James, who was, limited in practice. He was dealing with some irritation and stuff. You have guys like Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt, Adu Thero, Gabe Vincent, couple guys that they're just kind of monitoring, right? Letting kind of ease into training camp. You got Adu Thero, who's just kind of getting cleared. Marcus Smart coming off of injury last season. They want to kind of, pace him. Reports came out that it's just all precautionary stuff, right? They're being overly cautious, especially like with LeBron, year 23. Like it's just Lakers want to make sure that they don't just kind of throw everything at these guys immediately. But just from, gathering the spirits and, little interviews and stuff like that and takeaways from like media day into today, you see the spirits, you see the commonalities, you see the goals of this team. Like everyone knows the stakes, right? DeAndre Ayton talked about how, he understands the severity of this opportunity and he doesn't want to take it for granted. You see him out there working hard in the gym every day. Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves, like all these guys that really could make a big impact. Marcus Smart, a full healthy season of Jared Vanderbilt. If we can get 2023 Jared Vanderbilt again, teams are going to be in trouble, right? If we can get a Boston Marcus Smart, like even Marcus Smart in his presser was like, Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick said, hey, we need Boston Marcus Smart. Like if we can get that, if we can get, 2023 Jared Vanderbilt, if we can get, Jake LaRavia stepping up and coming into his zone, we can get DeAndre Ayton, Phoenix finals run DeAndre Ayton. There's a lot of players on this team that have a lot to prove. And so I like that you have so many guys with a chip on their shoulder, a little bit of edge, right, wanting to come in and have a real impact. Now, as we progress into training camp, we start getting into day 2, 3, so on and so forth, you'll really start to hear kind of the guys that stand out and the guys that really kind of make a name for themselves. Newest acquisition in Nick Smith Jr. He is somebody that I was really excited that the Lakers picked up. Talked about him in a video when he was waived by Charlotte, and it kind of explored the possibilities of him, right? And I talked about, I could see him in that kind of Lou Williams type of role, right? Like one of the big issues for the Lakers last season, at least, we'll see what happens this season with, Rui Hachimura. I think he's probably our best chance of somebody coming up, moving from the starter to the bench is probably Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia, right? We'll see what Dalton Connect does and kind of the news coming out of training camp with Dalton Connect, right? We could potentially have several guys that really kind of help fix some of those bench issues, right? And adding a guy like a Nick Smith Jr. is just another guy that can go give you buckets. Another guy that can go get you 20 on any given night. A guy that, his rookie season shot 43% from three-point range. Last season, that was good, but obviously, Charlotte, Nick Smith Jr. himself said today that, I'll just say it's very different is what he said, right? Like, it's very different than Charlotte. Hey, like, there's levels to this. There's a certain level of expectation. You get into training camp, you see the intensity, you see, JJ Redick turn it up to a 10, right? You see LeBron and Luke and all the things that are around and you see him kind of step in and just see everything. Jake LaRavia, all these guys talking about, what it's going to be like playing alongside Luka, playing alongside LeBron, playing alongside Austin Reeves. Even Marcus Smart talked about how, some of these guys, I'm usually game planning and scheming for and watching tape and film on how to slow them down and all that stuff. Now I get to play alongside them. Now I get to play alongside Luka rather than having to be the guy that has to, maintain and try to defend him and slow him down as much as possible. Like all of these things, all of these little factors, and I've talked about, right? Like, this team is going to be a very good basketball team. Will they be top tier, one of the best basketball teams in all of basketball and a top contender? It's possible. I think the Lakers are going to have one of, if not the best offenses in all of basketball. I've talked about that all offseason. And I think that if they can be at least middle of the pack defensively, right? If they could be a top 12, maybe at worst top 15 defense. If they can be somewhere in that range, with which DeAndre Ayton buys in on the defensive side, Marcus Smart can get back, maybe not full. I'm not expected to be like defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, but can he get back to a version of Boston Marcus Smart? Jared Vanderbilt, can he get back to 2023 Jared Vanderbilt? Jake LaRavia, can he kind of continue his growth and whatnot? All of a sudden, you start looking around, you have several guys that can get stops, play some defense. Gabe Vincent, see what he does, right? You have several guys that can play some defense and do multiple things out here on this basketball court that I think can really have an impact for this Lakers team. And I'm really excited to kind of see how things kind of continue to progress, how things kind of continue to evolve, right? Lakers have some clear needs, obviously. They're not a perfect team, but no team is. And I think people are sleeping on a rejuvenated, healthy, hungry Luka Doncic. I think people are sleeping on a better version of JJ Redick. JJ Redick said it himself, and I thought it was such a great perspective. We talked about how he went literally from the NBA Finals to being the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers 2 days later, right? Like, he didn't have time to prep and prepare and do all this crazy stuff, right? Like he said, I spent 4 to 6 weeks after the season just decompressing, self-reflection, really evaluating and going over the season and kind of breaking, where was I bad? Where was I not? I love that. JJ Redick's going to be better. Luka Doncic is going to be the best version of Luka that we've seen. You add in LeBron James, who's probably going to, I wouldn't be shocked if he has the most efficient season of his career, right? Like, genuinely, because he's going to be playing alongside Luka Doncic, who's going to do all the hard work. He's going to be playing alongside Austin Reeves and all these other great playmakers and guys that can do things. And LeBron James isn't going to have to, put on the cape as regularly. There'll still be games. There'll still be nights. There'll still be moments where it's, hey, Bron, we need you tonight, right? We need fourth quarter LeBron. And he goes and gets us, 15 in the fourth or something like that. There will be those games in the regular season, postseason, all that stuff where we need LeBron to be that. But it'll be fewer and far between. And when he does, he'll probably be fresher, probably be more, energized. Like he even talked about, this is going to be the first offseason. It's one thing when you just plop a guy in the middle of a season. Like I've talked about. Look at Dorian Finney-Smith. Immediately, our best plus minus guy, immediate impact, and just changed a lot for that Lakers team, right? Why? Because he's a role player, and he knows his role, and he's built a career playing that role, and all he had to do was just slot in, plug and play that role. That's it. That's all he had to do, right? It's easy to integrate role players. It's hard to integrate all-star, star-level players, right? And then it's even harder to integrate superstars, right? Because stars, all-stars, superstars, they're used to a certain amount of usage, certain amount of shot attempts, certain amount of just play and control out there on the basketball court and the style in which you play and all that stuff. To go and then have to do that to jumping in to playing alongside, it's not like Luka came and he was the sole star. He came and it's like, okay, we got LeBron James and we got Austin Reeves and I got to try to make it work with those two. And that's hard in and of itself. Oh yeah, and then by the way, he's the point guard, which is even harder because it's his responsibility to know where guys are on the floor, the actions on the offensive side of things, different sets that you're running. Where are my guys' shooting pockets? Right? Like where, you get some guys that want it, on the right side. Some guys want it on the left side. Some guys want it center, right? Like it's your responsibility to put that ball in a dime every single time. And it's hard to develop that on the fly. And him and LeBron played 23 games together or something like that, counting the playoffs. Like they didn't play a ton together. They didn't get opportunities to really grow together, and I just think people are sleeping on, my bold take. I made a video talking about my bold take. And I really don't think it's a bold take, right? I think my bold take was the Lakers would finish the 1 seed in the West. Now, again, the reason I say it's a bold take is because I don't think the Lakers are going to prioritize seeding. Right? Obviously, they want to be in the playoffs. So I don't mean in the sense they're fine being a play-in team. No, I mean if they're, say there's 5 games left and it's hey, if we win 2 of those 5, we're guaranteed a top 3 seed, top 3 or 4 seed, right? But if we win 4 out of 5, we could get the 1 seed, right? I could see them kind of, trying to win those first 2. Okay, now we're at worst the 4th seed, and then maybe play a game and just kind of see. And if things are kind of like, I don't know if the Lakers will go 100% if they already have, say, the 3 seed locked up. And it's like, oh man, we can go make a play for the 1 seed, right? Certain things like that. But I do think the Lakers are going to be in really good shape. I think they're going to be a very good basketball team this year. To me, it's just the defense. Can the defense hold up enough? Really playoffs time, right? We saw the Lakers for like a quarter of the season be the best defense in basketball, right? But we saw come playoff time that changed, right? Like, so to me, it's more so about the playoffs, but it's building along the way. It's building those good habits, building those chemistries, building those relationships, building all the things that you need to build on your way to the postseason. And then that carries over and translates into the postseason, ready to go. But it starts at training camp. All of this starts at training camp. And I love seeing the spirit and the excitement and, all these players that are coming in and just like, I love seeing all of these things. I really do. I think this Lakers team is going to be amazing. I really do. I think this team is going to be a very good basketball team. I think that, like I said, they probably finish top 3, 4 seed at worst. Hey, Lakers could be better next year than they were last year and still technically finish worse, like a worse seeding, right? They could. Right? With tiebreakers and stuff like that, and how tight the Western Conference is. I mean, it's very possible Lakers could win 52 games and still finish the 3 seed. And it's like they won more games than they did last year, and they still finished the 3 seed, right? Just depending on how tiebreakers are with like OKC and Houston and some of these other teams that are going to be making plays for that. But Lakers just got to do your job, right? Like, obviously, we need a good regular season, set the tone. You got to win to get to the postseason. But really, it's the postseason. It's building those good habits, starting establishing them these early days of the season. Start building and progressing towards, Luka's number 1, Bron's number 5, JJ Redick's number 1 as a head coach. Lakers tying the all-time with Boston, and then the following season, let's go regain that crown. But I just. From day one, obviously it's day one. Don't get too much out of day one. Hey, just kind of hear a little more, oh, this guy looks great, that like it. But, once you start getting into the, a couple days, I really do think you'll start to hear more and more about this Lakers team, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to kind of see how this kind of progresses and whatnot. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So I enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.